on God's flat earth is going on?
If you told me Slapstick would make a serious comeback in 2025, I'd probably find that more comedic than most attempts at humor in modern comedy. Yet here we are. Fackham Hall bolting into the scene like Downton Abbey, wandered into Airplane, and got lost in a Monty Python sketch. So the question is, does a parody this unhinged manage to stick the landing? I'd say yes, it's good. Like, actually good. But before we get into it, let me ask, what does it take to make Slapstick work in 2025? If the answer is painful sound effects, British nobility, and people being aggressively obvious, then this movie might have just cracked the code. Still, if you're not a fan of Slapstick, I don't think it'll hold your attention. It's not The Naked Gun. But the thing is, it doesn't need to be. The premise here isn't exactly unique. You have a young pickpocket turned servant, Eric No One, falling for the daughter of a absurdly wealthy, absurdly dramatic aristocrat family. But them getting married would have consequences because you know how that goes. Isn't exactly an arranged marriage, but in the end, the plot exists to give the chaos somewhere to happen. Thing is, that's all it needs. It's not really about the twist, though there are a few, especially when the murder elements come in. But at the base of it, it's slapstick through and through, functioning as a full-blown parody of pristine British dramas, Downton Abbey especially, but it's not just, haha, fancy people. This goes after the formality, rich people problems, rigid social rules, and essentially turns them into comedy weapons. Being completely ignorant to somebody choking in the same room, somehow shooting large animals out of the sky, even celebrating a chimney sweep, making it to 7, weapons of comedy is honestly how it feels. Not to mention the play on words, the title alone, a few other examples. But to have something like this work, the cast needs to commit. Nobody plays it ironically, they treat the world like it's completely normal. I know Spinal Tap isn't slapstick, but in the same vein, without the devotion, the jokes wouldn't land. I can't say I'm surprised by that approach. It'd be beyond stupid to not play it that way, but it still has to be done right, and that's where the devotion comes in. The lead plays it with earnesty, the family is so exaggerated, and you'd think somebody on the writing team has a personal vendetta against life before technology. And that's really how it should feel. Clueless, unintentionally violent, right on point. I'm not gonna lie though, it's not The Naked Gun. That series exists on a separate comedic plane where logic goes to die, and Fackham Hall doesn't try to replicate that. It's unique with its British tone, something I'm quite fond of. Yeah, The Naked Gun already updated slapstick for a modern audience, not in a bad way, but this proves that wasn't one and done. The comedy is non-stop, but there are a few slow moments. Despite the short runtime, it does occasionally drag, and since the plot isn't exactly unique, I can't say it isn't a slight issue. Maybe nitpicking, but when it's firing, it's firing. The thing that I particularly love about this is remembering comedy is meant to be funny, not just physical, but comedy in general. Desperate, cringe, a dying genre, that's a mentality they don't have.
Incredible work. Success.
The timing is sharp, it looks painful when it needs to, the sound effects know how they should sound, it's refreshingly stupid in the smartest way, and exactly what the genre needed. Does that make it a legendary comedy? No. I do believe you have to be a fan of slapstick, but the thing is, it respects the craft. It was written by people who don't seem allergic to jokes, all too common these days. It's a weird, energetic, Downton Abbey on crack spoof that's consistently fun, occasionally brilliant, and slightly lagging at times. I was afraid this movie may prove the art is dead, instead it did the exact opposite, but I can't act like it isn't flawed. Still, the genre is coming back is a good way to kick the door open, preferably into somebody's face. Loudly.
Wheels Party on, dudes!
As a big Slapstick fan who loved The Naked Gun, I couldn't be happier with this, so let me know what you thought about Fackham Hall down in the comments. Like the video, subscribe if you enjoyed, share it if you can, and hit the bell to get notified because recommendations aren't happening. I'm the cinema analyst because somebody has to be.